What's good with it, y'all? Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Man, y'all already know what to do, but before we do that, I apologize in advance. I'm under the weather, so the voice is a little raspy and things of that nature. If you hear me cough or sneezing, I apologize, man. But do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's go ahead and get off into this thing, man. So we got, Kevin Garnett, KG, taking shots at Anthony Edwards, man. He putting the young bull over his knee. He said he liked the energy that Anthony Edwards is coming to, but you're gonna have to sit on down and take this real quick, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? No Diddy. Pause, whatever you want to put in there, man. But either way, he telling Anthony Edwards, like, bro, like, nah, like you young pup. Like, and the thing is, he not only did he gave praise and he gave some criticism all at the same time, not only to Anthony Edwards, but he said it to the rest of the league. He said there ain't a player in the league in this young generation that could play, you know what I'm saying, 20 years ago, they wouldn't be able to play in the league from 20 years ago. Now, this part of KG saying this, man, I vehemently disagree wholeheartedly. From the physical makeup, from a physicality standpoint, vertical, speed, strength, things of that nature, all of that can match up very easily with 20 years, yesteryear's basketball 20 years ago. The only part that he probably should have reiterated and stated would be the mentality and the mental part of it. That would be the only part where he might have a bone to pick and saying some of these young players ain't got the mental fortitude or they ain't tough enough to be able to handle how ball was yesteryear. That's what he should have said. And again, man, shout out to KG, a legend, champion, things of that nature, man, Hall of Famer. So you can't really he earned the right and he has the right to say the things he say. For me, I'm only responding to and reacting to it because I had some people hit me up about it. So I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and put some content out on it, give my take on it, and that's the part that I disagree with. I kind of told them the same thing. The only part I more so disagree with is the fact that when you look at the players nowadays, they more athletic, they faster, they bigger, they're stronger. The only thing that they would have to concern themselves with is making a mental adjustment to how the game was played as a yesteryear compared to how it is now. If and or when those players make that adjustment mentally, they're gonna be able to compete with yesteryear, play in yesteryear's time, like, and have success in it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. People can say you're either born with it or you're not. No, that ain't the case. Because you've seen in situations, man, where people can manifest and turn themselves into something and work hard to become something. You know what I'm saying? Cole was a person that was in high school, had a swaggy confidence and things of that nature. He was an 18-year-old kid that got to the league, still had that swaggy confidence and things of that nature, went through, airballing and stuff like that. But what did he do? Tightened up his game, got in the gym, got in the lab, developed that mental fortitude, carbon copy one of the best players to ever do it, and Michael Jordan, and the rest is history. We saw how the success fell in line. So a lot of these players, man, they have the mental fortitude. It's just making the adjustment to it. You know what I mean? A lot of people look at Kwame Brown, they call him a bust due to the fact that Stephen A. Smith put that jacket on that man name, right? So you can look at Kwame and a lot of people will think like, oh, he was a bust, he was weak minded, yada yada yada. A lot of people don't know, bro. Like Kwame is a person that had to, what is it, channel or temper his temperament and deal with people in the league. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I advise you to go check out Kwame Brown YouTube channel, subscribe to that brother, and understand what it is he a person to be a part of. Where they are adapt and willing to throw hands and fly you to Seattle, where you can throw hands legally and walk away from it, and you can catch the fade legally and be perfectly fine. You can sign off on it and catch the fade and go home. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. But Kwame is one of them people that's like that. That's the thing. So it's like when a person put a jacket on you, or when they put jackets on you and they don't really know, people F around and find out the hard way. So I say all that to say this is that I think KG is wrong from that perspective, man. I think that these players, as of today, can play against and have success in yesteryear's time. And they'll make the adjustment. It's just a mental adjustment that they would have to make. That's the only thing. Physically, they have the ability to compete with them at the highest level and not have any issues. It's just mentally, can they do it? That's it. Plain and simple. And we've seen in yesteryear's time, man, some of those players that KG was raving about, some of them didn't have the mental fortitude either. You know what I mean? They wasn't there either. So if he got to keep that in mind, man. Again, like I said, you can't really say too much or say he wrong because that's his opinion. That's how he feel. You know what I mean? That he's saying that he don't believe any other players, in this time can play 20 years ago or whatever. I disagree. I feel like a lot of these players in this day and age would probably be busting their ass back in the day or competing with them right along the same lines. Because every era and generation is going to have a litany of players that have a striking resemblance to certain players of that era. Plain and simple. Like I don't know how else to really put that. However you slice it and dice it and all that type of stuff. LeBron is a resemblance and something close to a Magic Johnson, except for he is better in every facet than Magic Johnson. He got the passing from Magic. He admittedly said that. So seeing the court, floor leadership, generalship, understanding how they affect the game in a multitude of different ways, that's like Magic, but more athletic. I don't know how anybody else couldn't see that. Obviously, we saw MJ, we saw Kobe. I mean, that's we know what that is. But every other player, bro, there's plenty of these players where it's just literally there's a striking resemblance between these players and the game and how they play the game. There ain't no way around that, bro. So with KD for that, like I said, that's the only part I got that I not feel some type of way about, that I can kind of argue or want to have a conversation or have a conversation about that part, is him saying they wouldn't be able to make it. I think they could. I think you could throw LeBron in any era and he'd be just fine. I think you can throw Kobe in any era. I think he'd be just fine because they have the mental and physical makeup and stature to being able to do it. Plain and simple. D Wade as well. There's a lit like Melo, exact same way. They'll find a way because they got the mental fortitude to do it. These younger players is along the exact same lines. Hell, if we're being honest, a lot of these younger players are more so willing to crash out than the older players. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. That's all I got for y'all. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment. I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. If you wish to support the channel, you see that information right there at the bottom of the screen. It's in the description as well. If you want to leave super thanks, feel free to do that. If you don't know what that is, back out, hit the like button, look for icons over to the right, see where it says thanks, click that, follow the instructions. You can support the channel that way, man. But again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through. I'll be back at y'all another one. We out here. Y'all stay healthy and safe out there, man.